Last week, I led a retreat for one of my CEO peer groups in Cape Breton at North America's first single malt whiskey distillery. For a group activity, we decided on the Backstage Pass tour. It was fantastic. It begins, we're gathered by a brook that runs through the middle of the property, and you can hear this brook everywhere. Donnie, our guide, he explains, this brook, it is the source of our production. It is the sole reason we are in this location. We get the early history of the distillery, and we're about 5 minutes in. Donnie's explaining, yeah, cash flow in this business, especially in the early years, is a challenge. And unfortunately, the distillery went out of business twice before it bottled its first bottle. Then Ashley, a spouse of one of the participants, one of the members of the group, she politely jumps in and she says, I wonder if we can take the tour inside. It appears that everyone is being eaten alive by the black flies. She said it, but I was thinking it. I suspect all 10 of us were thinking it, but no one said anything. Here's the thing. Ashley was not part of the peer group. She was not invested in the agenda, our norms, or the unspoken rules of how we do things here. And yet, she was the only one who spoke. I think this exposes a common tension that we see in leadership environments. The more senior and accomplished and familiar the group, the more likely it is to tolerate unnecessary discomfort and silence. Things like experience, status, politeness, traits we associate with mature leadership, they can actually get in our way, inhibit action in the moment. When I thought about this incident, I was initially thinking, the point is, someone finally spoke up. But as I thought about Ashley's intervention, my thinking shifted to outsider perspective pierced insider paralysis. I think it really highlights leadership often emerges not from expertise, but from freedom. Freedom from hierarchy, freedom from reputation management, from groupthink. Ashley's lack of formal standing within the group, I think it's her advantage. She had no incentive to play along or endure discomfort for the sake of appearances. I don't know about you, but we can often underestimate how much clarity exists at the edges of the systems that we work in. Think of your organization. So for you, pay attention to who isn't invested in protecting the room and invite their voice.